Okay, so I want to take a look at what we could be doing for PreBiS come the actual patch launch. There are quite a few things in here that may be different than what we want to go for, but this is what I want to try and aim for as far as what I've simmed, what I've seen, and what's kind of easy to get your hands on for the most part. A couple things I want to point out right off the bat is the easy one to get your hands on if you have some gold is the Darkmoon card Hurricane. You want to get the Agi version of that, but there are quite a few of other ones that can be kind of nice. One of them just happens to be Tia's Grace, which is a stacking Agi trinket. Let's see if I can find Tia's Grace, the heroic one. It comes with mastery on it, and it's 340 Agi when you stack it up. And it stays pretty much stacked as long as you can keep up with your melees. There are a lot of justice points and valor points items on here, um, but depending on how quickly the raid launches, may change how I decide to gear for this. What I want to try and do is I want to get the two crafted items as well. Both of these are from leatherworking. They will require chaos orbs, so you want to try and get your hands on at least 5 chaos orbs, I believe, for the chest and the belt. There are a few other items on here that you can get for valor points. The treads are from valor points. The cloak is also from valor points. So you want to try and get your hands on those. You can get these your two piece from just doing justice points, and that's what I want to try and buy as soon as I hit 85. I want to try and buy one of those two pieces, whichever one is lacking the most. There are also the shoulders and the helmet, so I will basically be getting one of those 6, 7 items, uh, depending on where I'm lacking the most. Most likely, I'm gonna get the helmet first because I'll be using that for the longer time. The helm is just harder to get for the most part for tier, from what I understand of everything. There are two reputations I'm going to be going after, which are the Ramakhan and the Therazane rep, because you want the ring. It's a really good ring to have in a placeholder. If you can get the BOE ring, or if it drops for you, it's a BOE hit haste ring. It's a nice ring. It's not something that I really want, because all I would do is I would straight reforge the haste into mastery on that, but then um, your hit chance goes way up because you have sometimes too much. All right, so then after you get some of the rep items, just the Therazane one and the Ramakon. Like there are a few other ones for like the neck, the boots, the belts that you can get from some other reputations, but the main one I'm going for is the crafted one. There's also, where is it? The Guardians of Hyjal revered neck, which is pretty nice, but this crafted one is probably what I'm going to aim for, because I can just straight go out of the haste into mastery. Um, this one's not a bad option, and you can go haste to crit. Um, but then with the other one, I have more crit and less mastery, so on and so forth. And it really just depends on how much you want to aim for on certain things. Um, then simple enchants for gemming. Gemming changes a little bit. We want to go for anything that is a 20 agi socket bonus or higher. So the two items I'm gemming differently are the legs and the helmet. The legs I'm putting hit and agi mastery, and then the helmets I'm doing hit agi. Some of these values are off for this because I think that the reforging is not working on the site currently, but I do have a separate sheet that I will also link in here saying what it's actually going to be as far as like your DPS goes, and you can use the alpha version um, for the site of Sims, and that works okay. It's not the best to rely on, but it's something to kind of verify. There's a few items you can get from dungeons. Most of them you're going to want to aim for stone core. Uh, Grimbatol's a good one for the ring. SFK for the bracers. There are other bracers you can get as well. So if you want to go just for pure rep, then just start farming out your rep. I would say use the tabards like quickly and most efficiently we possible to do that is to start your um, rep from the stone core or the deep home rep, which is the Thursing rep. Do that one first because you're going to want to get that one to exalted. The other ones you want to get to at least revered. Um, and you can do that pretty quickly by just doing the quests. If you start in Hydraul, you can get pretty close to revered with the Guardians of Hydraul. You want to get at least revered with them so you can try and pick up some quick items before you pick up the rest of these items. Then you can also do Vashir. I recommend for Vashirs using the Glyph of Aquatic Form. It's going to make you just as fast as the mount. And it's zero casting time. So it's instant casting time. You can just get in and the out of it pretty quickly. These glyphs I would change up for leveling. So I wouldn't use Shred. I'd actually use Glyph of Mangle. Uh, Instead of Rip, I would probably use Savage Roar. So Savage Roar, Mangle, and Tiger's Fury. Tiger's Fury just more energy quicker. Uh, but there is also another thing that you could use for leveling if you have gotten the oracles to exalted, then you can use the trinket from there to get energy back every time you kill something. So you just keep moving. So yeah, if you have the oracle trinket, I would recommend using that while you're leveling. Also using a heirloom trinket for extra HP, so you get the haste HP one. So that way you can get the extra HP bonus from doing that, so you can just keep going. But it's not really necessary. You can use any of your current trinkets and be able to just fly through a lot of this stuff. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them down in the comments. Later.